Hey y'all, Sean here, back again with another edition of Game On Cards and Collectibles. I have a grading reveal today, but this time it's a little different. I decided to try another grading company, a fairly new grading company, called TGA. TGA stands for The Grading Authority. TGA is based out of the New England area. I believe they've been around since 2021, so they've only been around for a couple years now. And how they got on my radar is, not too long ago, I watched a grading reveal video. I do love watching content with other grading reveals, and one of them had this TGA reveal that I found interesting and wanted to try it myself and share my thoughts. So today we're doing an 8-card reveal, and I'm also going to follow up with a scorecard to evaluate this company relative to its peers in the grading space. And once again, I wanted to thank you all for stopping by and checking out my channel. Please like and subscribe and tell a friend. I'd appreciate it. Alright, so without further ado, let's check out these cards and check out TGA. The Grading Authority. Well, this is kind of interesting. They put a thank you business card. Looks like it has our favorite card is the Hester, okay. Primary grader is Garrett. Alright. And head grader is Tyler. Well, that's interesting. Kind of a personalized touch. I kind of like that. Now, to be honest, I don't really care that much about the grade. These are pretty basic cards. My whole thought process is to really try this grading company and see what they're about from service, from the slabs, from the perspective of how easy is it to grade with them, all those different attributes more so than the grades themselves, although the grades will play a factor. So first we have a Green Prism Kevin Holland rookie. This is from 2021 Panini Prism. I felt like this card was about a 9.5. And it comes back a 9. Okay. And more importantly, I really want to check out the slab and their labels. I opted on this one for the standard black label. Now, one of the things I'll notice right away is how much this reminds me of a PSA slab. Even their logo on the slab itself, on the front of the slab, reminds me of, it's almost exactly like PSA. Which I find a bit strange because everywhere else their logo is this like on the back of the slab, the TGA with the red circular, half circle, and the red G in the TGA. Everywhere else, including their website, is this logo, yet on the front of the slab, it's different. Alright, so next up we have a 2021 Topps Chrome Grigor Dimitrov. This is a tennis card from Topps Chrome Sapphire Edition. And I had this one pre-graded at a 9, and it comes back an 8.5, so pretty close. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm not too concerned about the grades here. It's more about all the other attributes that make up this grading company. Now for this label, I did opt for the team color match, or in this case, I believe it's the card color match. You can see the blue here and how it kind of represents the color of the card. That is one of the unique things I found with this grading company, TGA, is that they allow you to customize each label. It is at a price, though, to some degree, so we'll get into that in a little bit later. Next up, we have a 2023 Bowman Ellie De La Cruz Spotlight. This one I had pre-graded at a 9.5. Thought it looked pretty good overall. Maybe, I think there was a little bit of a surface issue, but overall it looked pretty good. And it comes back with an 8.5. Another 8.5. And then I opted for just the standard black label on this one. So as you can see, it kind of blends in with the card overall. And I do have one card coming up that I did opt for the upcharge for the label. I paid extra for their hollow refractor label, which we'll be seeing here in a moment. Alright, so coming up next, basically the same card the 2023 Bowman, but this is the Jackson Holiday. Another one I had graded at a 9.5. Outside of a minor surface imperfection, I believe it had a little scuff, but almost a flawless card, really. And it comes back another 8.5. All right. So again, just went with their standard black label on this one. Thought it would match better than, the team color match on this particular card. Also wanted to add, I forgot to earlier, that this order took about 7 weeks. I opted for what they call their priority service, which is basically their standard service at $16 a card is their price point. And it has an estimated 30-day turnaround time. Next up, we have a 2021 Rookie and Stars Tom Brady. Again, just a base card, nothing too valuable here, but thought this one looked pretty good. I pre-graded this one at around a 9.5, and it comes back an 8.5. Another 8.5. All right. You can see here the color match label that I opted for. Again, that's part of the service. You can do the black label. You can do the team color match. Those are all included. Now, I do want to take a closer look at these labels here because these slabs sure feel like PSA slabs. And boy, I'll tell you what, they're almost identical. I'll do a side-by-side comparison here in a minute. But man, they feel the weight of them, the look of them, it's basically PSA. I wonder if PSA has a patent on their slab because this feels identical. Okay, moving on to the next card. Next up, we have a 2021 Justin Fields Donruss. Again, just a base card. I thought this one looked pretty good, somewhere in the 9.5 maybe. Maybe an outside chance for a 10. And it gets a 9. All right. Again, team color match on the label. Kind of something different and unique. Yeah, I felt like the centering was pretty good on this one, which is kind of hard on the Donruss cards, but otherwise I thought this one looked pretty good. So, again, not as concerned about the grades. We'll move this one up. All right, now my next card is the card that I opted for the upgrade on the label, the holographic label, which you can already see on the back here. This is a Devin Hester Mirror Blue from 2016, Panini Certified Immortals. It has that strip at the bottom of the label, which I'm already liking, and I haven't even seen the front yet. This one I graded right around, again, 9.5, somewhere in there. I thought it looked pretty good, but I think one of the corners might have had a little soft corner, soft edge maybe. All right, let's check out the front. Comes back a 9. Oh yeah, that label definitely hits different. It's all the writing has that hollow. It actually looks really nice with this foil blue mirror card. Yeah, that's pretty sharp. Now I did pay for this, or they upcharge you for this type of label. It was an additional $7, so it took me from a $16 card up to a $23 card, which is getting a little pricey. That's just my opinion. I do like that type of label. I actually wish they would do this on all their labels, maybe, and get the price point down more in that kind of under $20 price range. All right, and last but not least, we have a 2015 Blue Diamond refractor of Calvin Johnson. And it comes back a 9. Yeah, I'm not too surprised on that. I thought it might have an outside chance to a 10. You've got the team color or card colored match here with the blue. Looks pretty good, the blue and white. Overall, pretty decent looking card. So those are my 8 cards I sent into TGA. My initial impressions are that they've got some good things going with the unique labels. They seem to be grading a little tougher maybe than I would expect, although maybe that's a good thing. Next, I'm going to be jumping into a couple of their features within the company, and then my overall grade of what I think of TGA and how they stack up against the others. Stick around. All right, everybody, so I'm going to take a look at this card, and in particular, I'm going to try to do a side-by-side comparison with a PSA slab. I thought they felt and looked a lot like the PSA slab, so I've got them next to each other here. And I got to tell you, there's almost no difference. The thickness of the slab at the standard cardstock is identical almost in every way. I'm not even seeing any difference here. They stack up, well, a little bit. Let's try the other way. Yep, they lock into place with the PSA slab. So wow. The weight of the slab, the size of the slab, even the little grooves that separate the card portion of the slab from the label portion. I will say though, maybe the fog on the edges of the glass is a little different. Yep, you can see it. See how on the right you've got the fog portion of the glass that goes all the way to the edge, where on PSA it only goes maybe a quarter or a third of the way. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scan the QR code and check the pop report. See if this card's been graded before. Go ahead and scan the QR here. And we could not find the server, much less the website or the pop report. Not good. All right, now next we're going to check out the website itself. We're going to go to my account. First of all, we're going to look at overall how to submit your cards. Pretty basic here. It was actually a fairly easy process. Here's your $16 priority service, which is basically their standard, and they've got other rates and service levels as well. And now we'll go to their slab creator, their slab designer, which is where you can select whether or not you have TCG cards or sports cards. And then obviously with the TCG, you've got different card games, and you can go into the different sets. You can see on the right hand side how it kind of gives you a preview of what it will look like. That's kind of cool. A lot of different options with TCG category here. And you can select the individual cards. And there's a Magic the Gathering card. So a lot of different options to choose from the TCG side, which I don't do, so I'm kind of missing out maybe on some of the features that they have to offer. If you go to the sports slab designer, you've got a couple different options basically. You've got your sport, and then you've got your team. So we'll select, like for the Bears, you can see what your team color match will look like, which is exactly what I got. So the one thing though is one of the videos I watched, they had a different type of design. So like a bleed through type of card on the sports side. So I'm not sure what happened to that. Maybe they eliminated that. Here's your holo upgrade option, as well as some other additional add-on services such as autograph authentication and subgrades are available as well. Got a 25-cent add-on for them to do a reveal peel, which is essentially a sticker that covers your label until you're ready to reveal the grade. Now we're going to go over to grading, where you can see how to send in your cards and your up charges. They've got a few different options there. The grading scale. Here's your 10 and your 10 pristine. I saw some videos with 9.5, so maybe they changed their grading scale recently. But yeah, all of now it says it goes from 9 to 10. So they must have changed the grading scale. Even on here, they show 9.5 as an option. So I'm not sure what happened there. Here's some of your flow labels. Again, all TCG based, it looks like, for the most part here. Pretty neat looking if that's what you're into. Not my thing, but again, maybe I'm missing out on a lot of options since I do sports cards. They also have a loyalty club, a royalty club membership where the only option is annually, and it looks like it's $300 for a year, and looks like you get some perks such as a $13 per card rate, something you could look into if you want to do a lot of bulk submissions maybe. Now back to my account where you can look at your orders. I can click on my order. This is this one that I just received back, and it still shows processing, even though I've had it back for a couple days. So you can go into your order detail. Pretty raw in here, not very user friendly. Just a bunch of text scrolling down to see your card and your price per card. And again in here says it's still processing. And back to the main page. Actually, we're going to go to the pop report. Since I couldn't pull it up on my phone with the QR code on the label itself, we'll try to find it here. We'll try to find one of them. One of the cards I got graded on their pop report. Once it pulls up here. All right, so here's the pop report. Go ahead and type it in manually. So we're going to try the 2016 Topps Chrome Calvin Johnson. See what comes up here for a pop report. All right, nothing. No results found. All right, let's try Johnson just to see if anything. Nope. So my cards are not in the pop report yet. Maybe they will be someday. I don't know. I'd really be interested in knowing, what's the delay or why they're not in there. As soon as you get your cards back, that would be something that people would be maybe interested in knowing. I don't know. Not great on the technical or the website, both from the QR and the website itself. All right, so now for the grading score. I'm taking what I would consider the 6 biggest attributes for a grading company and assigning them a letter grade. Again, this is just based on my experience from one order. So please keep that in mind when reviewing this or taking into account your own experiences and how they may apply. So those 6 attributes are as follows: service level, pricing, slab, the label itself, I feel like it should be separate from the slab, secondary market, the resale value, and the tech that they use, the technology. And then that provides me an overall grade. Now, starting with service, this particular service level that I opted is their basic, most inexpensive. It did say 30 business day turnaround time as an approximate. It took 7 weeks, and I know that's door to door, which is a little bit different. But I was a little disappointed that it took as long considering how competitive the grading market is. So I gave them an overall grade. Again, this is just based on one order of a C+. I felt like it wasn't great. It wasn't necessarily bad. It was just a little underwhelming. You have companies that are doing 3 to 5 days on their, and slabs that are, the price points are even less. So, factoring that in, a C+ I thought was a fair grade. Now for pricing, I thought they had fairly competitive prices, although there's a lot of add-ons, including the holo. You have autograph add-ons, you have sub add-ons. So I'm not a big fan of the add-on services. With that in mind, and the price point of $16, I went ahead and gave them a B-. Again, your price point's fairly competitive, but to add on anything that you'd really want to have from this company, you're going to have to pay a lot. Now moving on to the slab. The slab itself is fine. It's just, it already exists on the market. It's the PSA slab, almost identical. So on some level, I feel like it's a decent slab, so I'm going to give it a C minus, but no originality. There's nothing that separates this slab from any of the other ones. And frankly, PSA doesn't have a great slab in my opinion. There's several companies that do a better job on slabs. So if you're going to copy the third or fourth best looking slab on the market, you know, I think most people would agree you want less frosted on your slab than more. So that's why I give them a C minus. Now, the one area I thought they did a good job with is the label itself. The label is unique. It sets them apart from the competition. I'm not going to say it's original. They're not the first ones to do it, a customized label. So I give them a B+. I do like the holographic style lettering on the labels. The team color match is all right. I've definitely seen worse labels, and so I thought B+ is a fair grade. Now for the secondary market. Resale value is tough because I did some research, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a non-applicable at this point because there's just not enough. They haven't been around for very long. There's not a lot of people selling their slabs. When I went on eBay, there was about 250 some odd TGA branded slabs listed for sale, and when I went to the sold listings in the last 90 days, there was like maybe 50 or so sold, and there were a lot of best offers, so it's really hard to say. So I'm going to opt out of this one for now. And moving on to the tech. This is a problem child. Tech, I gave them a D, and it's pretty simple, really. Your QR code didn't work. Your pop report hasn't been updated. I was checking on my status periodically of my order since it was taking a while, and week after week, no updates, no stages of the grading process. So overall, I think they've got some things to work on, but maybe for TCG, it's a great option. For sports cards, I'm not so sure. I give them a C- overall. What do you guys think? Would you use TGA? Have you used them? Leave your comments. Let me know. I appreciate you spending the time with me today. We'll see you again here real soon. Take care, everybody.